and uncalled for. I'm not very much in favor of the counting of points.
Does it work for you? No.
Hello and welcome back to your favorite figure skating podcast, where we talk about all things that make us kiss, make us cry, make us watch the opening ceremonies, the team event, and get a spray tan, the run through. I'm one of your hosts, Ashley Wagner, joined by Adam Riffon and not Olympic champion Sarah Hughes.
The energy level post opening ceremony is clearly through the roof.
It is.
Adam just got back from opening
3 years of my
ceremony.
life.
I did just get back. It was beautiful. It was great. Before I left for the ceremony, so I actually didn't get to see a lot of the team event today because I was doing a segment today on Omega, the official timekeeper of the Olympic Games.
Oh, good to know.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. They are not the timekeeper of the run through because if they had anything to say about some of these episodes, they'd go wrap it up.
Yeah. We're dropping this.
Yeah, but
yeah, this episode would be ending now.
Yeah, they
like,
go,
all right. I think we've seen enough.
Photo finish.
Yeah.
Do you know that they take 40,000 photos a second when it goes to the
I'm going to be honest, I don't know if you need that many to figure out who wins a race.
Sometimes
and the crowd goes silent.
Do you remember the 100-meter dash, the men's 100-meter in Paris? Was
yes,
like
of course.
really they had to just sit on that one shot that they got at the right fraction of a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, won't be making that mistake again.
Before I left for the opening ceremony today, I stopped by there was like a red carpet thing. And the person right in front of me, we're kind of waiting in line, and she turns around and she's like, "Hi, I'm Michelle." And I looked at her and I was like, she looks so familiar. And I'm trying to run through the skaters I know that are named Michelle really quickly.
It's Michelle Kwan.
It's Michelle Yeoh. And I'm like, oh, Michelle. I'm like, I love your work.
Wait, it's actually Michelle Yeoh?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were bantering with me at that point. Okay.
No.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was like, I love your hat. And she pulled me in close. She grabs me by the arm and she goes, "I'm having a bad hair day."
Oh.
I said, "You'd never know."
You are someone who brings out honesty in people. People confide in you.
Yeah, whether they're Michelle Yeoh or they're Michelle Kwan, they are going to tell me something that they won't tell to the public, but I'll tell it to the public.
Wait, I need to look this up because it's the end of my
you
day.
Can tell everyone.
Oh, Michelle Yeoh.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
I know that's it's the end of my day, and I'm not a good names person.
But she looks like a skater.
Yes.
She's 5 feet tall. She's in great shape. She looks like she could have been in Nagano.
Yeah.
For anyone else that isn't good at name recognition, so I'm saying this more for myself, she was the starring actress in Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she was the teacher in Wicked, and she's been in
that would
ton
probably
of
be what
stuff.
she's better known for.
No, I don't know. I mean, Michelle Yeoh has done a million things.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Yeah,
she was my favorite
she didn't do
character
her
in
hair
Memoirs
this
of a
morning.
Geisha.
Oh yeah.
She was the nice
Didn't do her
teacher.
hair.
Didn't do her hair.
well.
But I thought I'm interested of your perspective of watching the opening ceremony, but it was I will say they kind of wheeled Mariah Carey out there and they wheeled her right back.
It seemed like that. She de-thawed for a second and they put her right back into her little ice chamber.
Yeah, and I have a joke that I'm gonna repeat, I'm sure when I talk about this again. So I'm just I'm workshopping it right here.
Yeah, try it here.
But when thank you, Ashley.
Yeah.
But when I could see her like getting out there on stage, and it's like a team of like 10 people holding her dress like from all angles and both of her arms. Like it's
like she's Pinocchio?
oh yeah, it's like Weekend at Bernie's. Like it's
Okay.
just like they're
Yeah,
bringing
yeah.
her out there. And then when they they bring her off, I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, she looks like, an injured player on the field of play.
Yeah.
And
The
it
field of play being the opening ceremonies stage.
just walk it off, Mariah. Walk it
Yeah.
off. Yeah, she came and she went. I was like, by the time we got to the middle, like by the time we got to like Andorra, I was like, she's halfway back to New York. Certain.
1,000% she's on a PJ going anywhere but Italy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Straight back to
Devin,
Jersey.
oh my God, she was at Milan Malpensa International. The second those high notes were playing over the loudspeaker.
Right, because the girl was not
that were
singing
holding
those.
the strings that were holding her arms up actually just airlifted her directly to the airport.
Oh my God, yes.
She was out of there.
That's so funny.
But I mean, like, she's incredible. She's amazing. But they did wheel her in, wheel her out. Andrea Bocelli,
I have a bone to
Nessun
pick.
Dorma.
I have a bone to pick.
Oh,
Not with Andre.
You're
Andre-
making it sound wrong. That you're not leading into your point the way that you
No,
want to
he
be.
was. He was the most incredible part of the show. What was it like to hear him live?
oh my God.
Did you cry? I told Sarah because she
Yes.
wasn't able to watch it that she would have cried.
Yes, I wanted it's like you try to strike the perfect balance of like get off of your fucking phone and like live in this
Right, be
moment.
present and also
Yeah.
remember this forever to document it.
Exactly. And so I found the perfect balance of holding my phone at chest level so that like I wasn't
So now
staring
you're
at the
clutching your
screen.
heart.
Yes. I had technology close to my heart.
It's always close to mine.
Exactly. I mean,
Hey,
there's
Ashley,
nothing
tell
like
us your
Oh, thank you so
Bone.
much, Sarah.
yes.
The
Yeah.
bone is that was the highlight of the entire thing for me. And it made no sense musically, choreographically, like show sequence wise, that by the time he was hitting that final note, that the Olympic torch wasn't being lit. That I do not
Agreed.
understand why, if you have Bocelli singing for you and then you don't utilize him at the end of your show, no offense to the fucking amazing opera woman that came in and sang. She was great.
Mhm.
But like, or I don't even know who it was, but they're playing like, ha, 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 ha,
Twilight?
from Twilight.
yeah,
as they're
actually,
lighting.
and Costernaya's there lighting the flame.
Mhm.
My
Yeah,
dream come
like,
true.
come on. It just makes so much more sense. And then you light it, and these, like, the flame is like, it looks like I went over and like turned on the light switch to my like fireplace in a hotel room, and then the flame comes up. Like,
I haven't seen the flame because I left. Because
Oh, well,
I
It looks
decided that
like
I decided Andre was the end. And I
that's
went,
the
"It's
right thing to do. No, I'm leaving now. This is the end.
Mhm.
No, it looks like an automatic fireplace.
it looks like the eye of Sauron.
That is also true. Wait, no, Sarah, you had a better comparison.
Oh, yeah, and it also so it's like Adam, it's basically like you know how like for the children's toy where it's like a collapsible ball that is like a web, right? And like
I
then
know
you
exactly
can pull
what
it
you're saying.
out and it's like a
It's getting more
cage-looking
women in
ball.
STEM.
It looks
Yes.
exactly like that, except they lit it up. And in the inside of the ball, there is a smaller, like glass looking ball where the flame is, but the flame is only coming up halfway. So it's kind of like you're looking into like the pilot light in your house. But it's like, it reminded me of, did you ever watch that movie as a kid? The like, what was the little toaster that could? And they were
Oh, I
all
loved
afraid
the
of
little
the
Yes.
toaster.
furnace.
Yeah.
Do
Mhm.
you
it
remember the
looks like that.
furnace that was scary?
Yeah.
It looks like that.
And that furnace is actually Italian. It's Smeg. So
And the furnace, actually, that furnace grew up to be the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
Not many people know that.
And
Yeah.
is the flame in Cortina?
They
There's
have two
multiple.
flames.
Okay.
But they just like it wasn't clear if the actual torch lit the flame or not, which like let's be real, that's never actually what happens. But like there's at least a little bit more fanfare and illusion about how like the torch actually is responsible for lighting it. It kind of looked like they just held it near Eye of Sauron
It
and
did
then all of a
look
sudden
like
it was
that.
like
Okay.
yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
I mean,
interesting.
I did it because the way my angle of like where Andre Bocelli was, they were walking down with the flame. And for 1 second, I know that this is an insane thing to think, but for 1 second,
You thought he was lighting the flame?
no, I thought that because he was all in black,
Right.
I thought. I thought they were gonna light him up.
What? You thought he was wearing one of those flame retardant suits?
for once. It was a long
Why?
day. It was a long day. But they were
And
marching
then they'll
up
just
behind-
suspend him in the ball on fire for the
Oh my
duration of the games for
could
2
just see
weeks.
it in
He
1
is the
second. I was like,
flame.
platform is gonna rise. Andre Bocelli is on fire.
Oh my god. That's
And as soon as
amazing.
they walked past him, I was like, no, of course they were gonna do that. They need to walk that to Cortina for the pilot light.
Yep.
Oh, well, that was opening ceremony. Ceremony.
Yes, but there
Opening
was no
Ceremony,
show.
singular.
Ceremony, yes.
There's
Sarah's
one opening, one closing, and there are 2 total ceremonies.
and 2 flames.
And 2 flames and 2 host cities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they kept calling it like the first distant games. That was
Yeah.
something. Could
The
you hear
first,
that?
A what?
Distant winter games where it was like
Oh, okay.
2
okay,
cities.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the first time they've had 2 cities as co-hosts of the Winter
Mhm.
Games.
I mean, because it's like not
So,
the first time
yeah,
that the
that's
Winter
cool.
Games have existed in 2 cities, but
no, but we just didn't acknowledge it.
Right.
And there's no not
I think this is-
acknowledging it this time.
right.
Maybe the furthest apart that it's been, though. Like, it's not like Salt Lake City and Park City. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
Cortina's very far, and very like completely separate of Milan.
Milan.
So, speaking of Milan, the team event started today.
Yeah. Wow.
It did. Welcome to the team
The
event
figure skating
episode.
team event started
Yeah.
today.
15 minutes in,
Yeah,
we
oh, yeah.
will. Wait,
Yeah,
I
welcome
did
to our
see
episode about the team event.
it was either like a comment or a tweet, and someone was like, I think they were saying it positively, like, love that it takes you 20 minutes to get into like a skating conversation.
Mhm.
And I'm reading it as a
Hope they meant
positive.
that
And then someone responded to that and they're
sincerely.
like, yeah, they're awful at podcasting.
What do you think a podcast is? This is an NPR. What do you expect? What do you want?
It's well established that we are not CNN on this podcast.
No.
And also, a podcast is just talking, by
Yeah.
the way.
Right.
It's just people recording themselves talking, which we are doing.
I
Right now.
loved it. It made me laugh. Yeah, what an exciting day. So just to kind of briefly recap, we had the ice dance event start up, then we went right into the pairs, finished up with the women. Team USA is currently sitting in first place. Woo.
Only by 2
Ooh.
points over Japan,
Yes.
though.
Yeah.
And it's 25-23. And then Italy's in
Italy.
3rd, Georgia's in 4th, Canada's in 5th, France is in 6th, and Canada and France are pretty close together. So that cutoff for the final 5 is going to be dramatic.
This is
Very.
my favorite thing. The cutoff for the final 5 is coming down to the one and only Kevin Amos. And that is going to be dramatic no matter what happens.
Oh yeah.
No, he's going to skate the program of his life.
I agree because
I
I
think
think,
so, too.
I
he's
feel like he is.
I think so too. I'm
Well-
worried that that's going to be the program of his life. And so after that,
And
once
then,
you've done the
yeah,
best,
we don't know if he'll make it to the free skate at that point. Yeah,
not
I
a
get it.
guarantee.
he's bound to have a good skate, like an
Yeah.
excellent skate.
Greatness
piece.
too.
will grace him.
Yeah.
in
It is
Milan.
so funny that they're like, yeah, that Europeans went so well. You do the short program.
Yeah. Yeah, let's re-rack that.
Yeah.
Let's just run that back.
Let's see what happens. Could be fun.
It
No,
will
I think
be
that's poetic. I think it's cinematic.
Yes.
And it's the men's event that we deserve, because I feel like for the most part, like, we know what Ilya is going to do. And then after that, it's like, well, we need something else to be really looking forward to other than Yuma. But like, what's going to happen
I know.
with
I mean,
Kevin?
didn't Ilya come out with his planned program
Yes.
was released today?
Yes.
And he
I
is
mean, we'll see if he sticks to it.
Yeah,
Go
well,
ahead, Adam.
he's at this moment in time planning quadruple axel triple toe as his combination jump in the short program.
He listened to our episode talking about how it would make no sense for him to do a quad axel in his short program. And he said, no.
I don't like to make sense. I
Well,
like to make
that's-
I
history.
just think that's so stupid. And like, do that on your own dime. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like,
No,
if you
I
wanna
don't know
do
what you
something,
mean.
if you want to do something like that, do it in the individual event. A
I
risk,
know what you're
like,
saying.
he doesn't need that to win this, but he could totally mess it up and just like, I mean, he hasn't gone undefeated in the short program this year, so I just do it on your own dime. Mess around and make history on your own dime.
But this is almost like if he's doing this, he has to do the long. Because if he's if he's not in first, because if he does make a mistake, because like you said, he has not been undefeated in the short program, it's like he has to.
He has to. I mean, I think it's just also kind of like insinuating where they're going with this. Like, he for the U.S. to stay competitive, he has to do both short and long.
I, as a person who came up covering figure skating in the time of Nathan Chen, I don't believe planned program content from the boys who do a lot of quads. They decide the
That's
day of how they're
fair.
feeling. They decide on the warm up how they're feeling, and then they do what is going to feel right. That is just how it goes. So, like,
Mhm.
maybe he'll do the quad axle combination, but I would not be surprised at all if he sort of like warms up and is like, I'm gonna do a quad lutz, and like
Yeah.
just does that
Right.
instead. Like, I
Yeah.
just won't. I always take planned programs from people like them
Yeah.
with a very large grain of salt.
No. I mean,
Yes.
he's
But
going
I-
to do what he feels best on that day. I think that's what he's really good at evaluating is, and if anyone's going to make an adjustment, like we've seen him do that at US Championships, he's fine. And I think that's a great point to bring up, Sarah. Like, nothing is written in stone.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. Let's talk about the skating that did happen, because this is a reaction episode.
Mhm.
So the rhythm dance results, I think we all felt like we would see something that mattered in the rhythm dance of the team event that would tell us something about the individual event. Obviously, like, there's implications for the real, for the team event, the real team event too. But Chalk and Bates got first.
Mhm.
Fortier, Boudry, Cicerone got second. Fear Gibson got third. Gillis Poirier got fourth. And Guignard and Fabry got fifth.
Mhm.
Is that a preview for how things are going to shake out in the individual event? I hope not.
Yeah. Hope
I hope not.
is definitely.
But you
Oh,
know
my
what? I will say that I believe that I believe that now that instead of it looking like the Piper and Paul scores falling down, I feel like this is more of a reason for them to like give them that bigger boost in the free dance. That was
Yeah.
kind
Really?
of my feel of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Maybe.
like keep it close, but like let them win out on the end.
Right. Like, the better program takes it home.
That's kind of my impression of it. It didn't feel like, it's like gotten worse. That was like my vibe.
But it didn't feel like it had gotten worse, because I feel like it's kind of just in the same spot.
It didn't get better.
It didn't get better.
No.
I feel like it kind of plateaued, which is still bad. I don't know. It just I feel like
Yeah.
we always say this is like a preview of what's to come, and I think we have to. I'm going to stand on that. Like I do feel like this might be just like a preview of what's to come. So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
am Piper and Paul's biggest fan after the Netflix documentary. I'm
newest and
owning up to
biggest
that.
fan.
And I still that did not change that I don't like this rhythm dance. I was like ready to be into it more than I was, and I just wasn't. I was like, oh no, it's still just not my favorite. And so once they skated, I was prepared for, okay, like I think the British team, maybe they'll come out and they'll have like a more energetic performance, and I'll be like fine with them going ahead of Piper and Paul for this program. But then when Lila and Luda skated, I was like, the skating is simply not as good. It's just not as good. And I and I didn't find myself feeling like that. I still felt like, mid program material and all, I thought Piper and Paul, should be scoring higher, so that's just my assessment of it. And I'm sure, I don't know, we may not all feel the same way about it.
No, I agree with you.
I'm saying this as somebody who, like, as a spiritual advisor, looked at the results today because I did not watch them. So I'm telling you, totally based on like
what
vibes
the numbers you
and
saw.
Yeah,
The
what
numbers
the tea
that you
leaves
saw.
said.
Yeah.
What are you feeling the vibes are of a 91 for Maddie and Evan?
I would say the vibes are higher than I thought they'd be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vibes are high.
The vibes are high.
Now, Guillaume made some sort of error in the twizzles. Is that correct?
I was watching at 4 a.m., so I was witnessing it, but
that
not
was an error
processing
on your part.
Yeah, that was Ashley's error. No, I mean, no, not that I
Okay.
can remember.
So it was like two solid performances from the French and from Chalk and Bates. And Chalk and Bates went
Yes.
ahead by what, 3 points?
2 points,
Two,
not
yeah.
even, like a little more than 1 point.
Okay.
A little over 1 point.
I do feel
I'm giving
like
them extra
um,
points.
the French felt
You
to
are.
me like a little
And
bit
extra mistakes.
flat.
Did you?
Yeah, I felt like I mean, I told this to Sarah and she's like, well, you were watching at 4 a.m. Are you sure it wasn't you? And I said, rude.
I didn't say it
First
like
of all,
that.
fuck you.
Yeah,
I did
first of
not
all,
say
go
it like
fuck
that.
yourself. No, you said it in a much kinder way. You said, first of all, are you sure it wasn't you? But I felt like they just didn't skate.
That classic Sarah
I'm
delivery.
being lied about. I'm just being lied about to my face in front of the world.
Yeah, it didn't feel as like zhuzhed up as high energy as I felt like I had seen them before. I was speaking with someone who researches a lot of figure skating, and they said that they caught them on the TV and they're like, oh, it's practice. Because that's just kind of like the level of energy they looked like they were skating up to. And then they were like, oh my God, no, it's the competition. So I think
Okay.
that kind of sums it up.
Yeah. I definitely think you could see some competition, like first day of the Olympics nerves, from the dancers being like maybe a little bit slower than they normally are. Like I did feel like the French team was a little slower than I expected them to be. I think, some of the other top teams were just a bit slow too, like slower than they are in practice. And so I think you could feel that. I think we saw that in the women's event too. Like girls were kind of tight on some of their jumps and stuff. Like we saw a little of those nerves come out. So, Sway and Han in the pairs. I'm just
Ooh.
segueing. I'm stream of consciousness.
No.
But it's did they need to do this?
I mean,
No.
ask the government.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't ask them.
Reform the ISU.
Reform the People's
Reform
Republic
China.
of China.
I know. It was a tough watch because the feed that I was watching showed a highlight of their gold medal winning free skate beforehand. And so you're seeing them in like top, peak form. And then it goes to this short program. And not that they're like out of shape, it's just they're so hurt.
Yes.
And so you're watching almost a different athlete out on that ice. And it's hard to watch because there's such great athletes in the sport that you want to see them, shine to their best ability. And you can just tell that their bodies are not holding up the way they need to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen her fall on a throw, at least none that come to mind. Usually that's one of their solid elements. You know that she's in pain.
I know. And the commentary had like just mentioned how she's skating with the labral tear and like how it's really, high risk for her on this. And then she falls hard. And you just like, as someone with a labral tear, I'm watching that and like I can feel it in my body. It's awful what she's having to push through right now. So sending
on a
healing vibes.
happier note, someone who also is injured, Sarah Conti and Niccolo Macchi had one of an incredible skate. They were so great. And the crowd was so loud for all the Italians all day. But Conti and Macchi, I feel like was the one that made the biggest impression on me because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
They were amazing. Then the Georgians went right after them in the pairs, even better. So clean, so good. And then the Japanese,
her hair the blackest
pair
it's
team
ever
went
been.
right after them. Unreal. The Japanese pair was unreal today. They were so good. They
were so good.
Olympic champion skating.
I completely agree.
From your lips to God's ear.
From your lips to their legs. Like that
From your lips to Andrea Bocelli on fire.
That is the funniest thing.
It was a split
They're
second.
going to set him on fire.
I was like, oh my God. And it was just like, it was a split second. And I immediately, it was just like a thought that came and went. It was
But I see how you got there. I see how you got there. Makes sense.
He was all in black. It was just like, that's a flame retardant suit.
That's a beautifully tailored flame retardant suit.
Yeah. He's covered in petrol. It's just
right.
Octane 87.
It's Kevlar.
Now, Adam, you did catch the women's event today, correct?
Yes, I did. I did catch the women.
Tell us
Would
more.
you like me to give my
period?
Yeah.
I did catch the women. For me personally, the performance of the event was Lara Naki Gutman.
Mm-hmm.
That was the program
Hell
of the
yeah.
event. Those were the biggest, cleanest jumps. Sarah, you mentioned that we saw some of those tight landings for a second, and she had that 1 second of balance checking on that triple Lutz, but immediately the edge softened out. And she was just, I just was beaming with pride, just thinking of this weird girl who ended up chest down on the ice 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And here she is. She's improved
so much.
It's
Crazy.
unbelievable.
I remember watching her and being like, all right, she's going to be one of those skaters that lives in the middle. And had accepted that. That's kind of where she's going to be. And then she has just skyrocketed into this mix. And not only that, but is doing it and still staying true to her weirdo self. But that comes with pressure. And she got a lot of pressure put on her really fast. And she's been navigating it so gracefully. I'm just impressed with her by far.
Yeah, and my impression of Cowrie was that she got the job done today, and I could just tell that at the emotional level she's giving me chills in the way that she's skating, the way she's never done for me before. I've always felt her to be reserved. And I really felt like she was being reserved on purpose because she knows it's a long competition and she just needed to go and get the job done. And my last take of Alyssa Liu was that she had a lot of adrenaline pumping and she was fighting herself. I could just feel the like foot grabbing on the ice on that triple flip. I felt it even more on the double axel. And when she did that Lutz loop, sometimes when you do these combination jumps, Ashley, you can probably attest to this, that like if you just need to do a triple Lutz or a triple flip, you do a big, nice, beautiful one. But when you do it in combo nation, as they call it,
In that combo nation, yeah.
yeah, I actually marched for the combo nation
Right.
tonight.
Hey,
in the
combo
opening ceremony.
nation, what's up?
Yeah, and the flag bearer for Combo Nation was Andrea Bocelli.
Yeah.
Yes,
On fire.
And I could just tell that, like, you might, when you tap to do like a normal jump that's like on its own, you want to make it as big and beautiful as possible.
Yeah. They feel different.
Yes, and when you're doing it in combination, sometimes you'll do the jump a little smaller,
Mm-hmm.
in an effort to get more of a glide on the landing.
And come down with more of a guarantee of control.
Exactly. Thank you. And I could tell that Alyssa did that on the Lutz because it felt really small.
Yeah.
And it just felt like, I mean, she made it through, like, good, really good for her.
Yeah, but she went to work.
Yeah. And these were kind of like mistakes that I feel like only another skater would like notice, of like,
yeah. It wasn't that it was bad.
No, she did an excellent job of hiding these, like, oh, you can tell that she's like needs another minute out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good take. It looked like she was trying to not like jump out of her boots.
Yes. But she's so in tune with herself, even when she's a little off tune.
Yeah.
That she was able to figure it out.
Yeah, because she's Miss Reliable. She got her job done. Hats off to her for sure.
So she got second behind Kaori Sakamoto. I don't know if we said that.
No.
I do also want to mention Madeline Schizas, Canada, Ashley Wagner 2014 Sochi team event homage, as she sat in the team box mad about her score.
Well, my favorite thing, so I posted about this on Instagram and tagged her because she's now my biological daughter. It's the fate has been sealed. I'll claim her. And she responded to me and she's like, I just couldn't keep it in. I'm like, okay, diva.
I mean,
sound familiar?
Yeah. And I just said never change. And I hope she doesn't.
No, you've got, like, listen, you're gonna bottle it up or you're just gonna get it out. Whatever. She already said that she wasn't going, like, she was gonna let somebody else go to the Olympics over her dead body. She's allowed to make a face.
Are we surprised that this happened? No.
Yeah, same person who also said Canadian Nationals was a waste of her time.
Yeah,
because no one was there.
Yeah, people who are responding to this in a way where they're like, "Oh, that's so surprised coming from her," or like, "How bratty is this?" It's like, do you know? Not that she's a brat. I'm not saying that, but it's like, do you know who you're talking about? This girl is legendary.
Yeah, no,
it's not bratty. She's just honest. She speaks her mind.
Well, it's because she's a female athlete. Let's be honest. So that's all
it's because she's under 5 feet tall.
Well, that doesn't help her either. It's because she stole a dress.
It's because she's a thief.
Because she's a thief.
Yeah, a felon.
Shout out to thieves everywhere.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
Gubanova as well. Gubanova.
Yeah.
So the quote. So if anybody who was at the World Championships knows that the skaters gave a quote that showed up on the Jumbotron. And I was not in the arena, but somebody did tell me today that the quote that Gubanova had was "Bollywood, let's dance."
Oh my God.
Love it.
Here's the thing. She's not doubled down, not tripled down, but like quadrupled down on appropriator's gonna appropriate.
Yeah. And you're gonna appreciate it.
And you're gonna dance.
Bollywood, let's
dance.
Do you think she's been to India more or Georgia more?
India.
No question.
Yeah.
No question.
That's not a question.
And I think her performance of that choreography in the short program proves it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I was watching with some of my co-hosts, and they're watching the Georgians. I'm trying to point out that the black spray paint on the Georgians,
Mhm.
and you see Gubanova like dip down, and her bindi is up there, and I just hear one of them go, "Oh!" And I said, "Welcome to figure skating."
Yeah, she's one of ours.
Yeah, we claim her. So
So is there any other reaction feelings that you guys want to get out right now? Be honest. Be open.
you have one. Do
Be
you have one?
yourself.
I feel like Sarah has one bubbling.
Yeah, do it.
That's a
What is it?
question
No.
that somebody you don't.
Yeah, you don't want us to ask you this question?
No, I actually did not have anything. I was ready to segue us, but sometimes what I do is I start to segue and you go, wait, I have one more thing. So I thought,
Oh,
I'll
no,
ask
no.
them.
You're giving us a last minute chance.
Yeah, I'm asking.
No. I mean, my main takeaway, I think my favorite of the day was the Japanese pairs. They're my favorite. That's all.
I was really taken with the Georgian pair today.
Yes.
I'm like really, really taken with Metelka Neverlava. Like, not that I wasn't taken with Miura Kihara. Of course I was. I think like the Georgians felt like I've seen the Japanese team skate as well as they skated. And I
Mhm.
felt like the Georgians skated probably better than I've ever seen them.
Oh, wait.
Mhm.
I know what my main takeaway was on the broadcast. They said that Metelkina has expressed that she refuses to retire until she has Olympic gold.
Great.
Welcome
Who
back.
does that
Aliona
remind you of?
Savchenko.
Exactly. Hello, Aliona. I'm so glad you could join us again.
The thing
Famous German.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing I love about the Olympics is that I think these athletes feel a lot of pressure to
Yeah.
become like social media gurus during this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in an effort, we get to know a lot of them a little bit better because they are sharing like unboxings and things like that. And I
Totally.
think because of the Olympics, like Metelkina is posting these videos, these ASMR spa
I still
in the
haven't seen
background,
it.
and I just am like, she's adorable.
Yeah.
She is so
I'm charmed
charming.
by her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she'll never
any
and she won't
update
retire.
on your God plant?
No update. I am still waiting for
Grand plant.
my grand plant.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I'm getting really mixed up in like who's biologically related to who.
Yeah.
Because you're at the
Who's
christening.
godparents to who.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
are you a grand godparent? A god grandparent?
This is a grandparent because this is her
Yeah.
Isabeau's child.
But can
Yeah,
your
so it's
grandparent
his
be your
daughter's
godparent?
child. I
I
mean,
think-
I guess in theory, but that's not typical.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to being a religious podcast.
It always goes back to God.
never stray
all the
far.
glory.
Yeah.
And so I'm still waiting for the part 2, the christening.
Right.
Imagine
As
if
we
she just
all
Stay
are.
doesn't.
tuned.
tend
Stay
to
tuned
that.
for the christening.
Also, Adam, you didn't get to see this, but Isabella Vito's face was the #1 face that we saw in the opening ceremonies coverage. She was like the athlete that they were blasting.
They just kept
to.
showing her watching.
And Anthony Ponomarenko.
Yeah. Two
Really?
people who were part of the christening.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that she didn't try to FaceTime me again.
Well,
Wow.
Mistakes
I'll
for
have a
Order
bone
got
to pick
offended.
with my girl.
Yeah.
yeah. Call up your grandchild. God, that's not it. Daughter.
That's
I
yeah,
need
that's
I
my
need
daughter.
a family tree. I need a family
You
tree.
adopted
It's-
Maddie Schizas today.
I did.
You made it official. Actually, not to kind of call her out, but I will. I don't care. Fuck her. Maddie Schizas did ask. She ran into Michelle Ellis and she asked for a smoker's rights pin. So
Oh
I just
my
want
God.
everyone to know that not only was she mad about her marks, she's mad that smokers can't smoke indoors too.
Good. She's on the right side of her story.
Yeah, and
Are we getting her a button?
We absolutely are. It's on the first train
Okay.
to Toronto.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to wrap it now, which
Cool.
is that tomorrow is the men's short program, which we already talked about. Can't wait to see that. And that will determine who makes the cut. And then immediately after that's over, an hour later, will be the free dance with 5 teams skating. I think my opinion is that the U.S. needs to leave Chalk and Bates in for this, and they need to leave Ilya in for both programs. I think we all said that, or we talked about that possibility before. With it being 2 points apart now, I'm like, you gotta.
Yeah.
It's so it's close.
There's no wiggle room.
No,
Yeah.
there's
You need
no
every
wiggle
point you can
room.
get.
There is no wiggle room, and there is, I mean, we've talked about it before, but and we just need to see like where we stand at the end of tomorrow.
Yeah.
But at this point, the Japanese are not going to give the Americans a fucking inch.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So you
And
can't give them one back.
They could easily come away with the gold medal because they've made it through like the hardest part for them, which is the short dance. Like that's the weakest part of the event, and they're not going to get any lower than 5th in the free dance.
Yeah, so we're not.
And so they're not. There is absolutely no room for error for the Americans. Because even if we just think of who possibly could be in that men's event, even if we're talking, and like this is like if Andrew Torgashev, let's assume that he would be like that second man. There are just like
No,
if
they
everyone
can't. They
skates
can't.
well, it would just put the Americans at a disadvantage. Nothing to say bad about Andrew or his skating. It's
No.
just the level
You
of
need
the
the
men.
guarantee. You need the guaranteed points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was day
can't wait
one. I
for
can't believe we're
tomorrow.
day one done.
I know.
Day one
and
done.
I can't believe they didn't set Andrea Bocelli on fire. And I'm really
Well,
mad about it.
There's still time. It could be in the closing.
Yeah, we have 2 weeks to go. We have
You
2
could be
weeks
on
to
fire
go.
right now.
Yeah, you just.
Happy Olympics, everyone. That's opening ceremony. Team event day 1 in the books.
That's a wrap.
That is a wrap.
Yeah, what accent are we doing with that is a wrap?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And
Bye.
Oh.
you,
Ciao.
everyone.